Good day, everyone. I'm Currency Geek, and welcome to my day 13 video of the 100 Days of Technical Analysis Challenge. So, GBP NZD caught my interest today. Let's dive right into it. So, on the weekly time frame, where I saw this W pattern formation, we can see it has done a major retest back into the area of the neckline, and it even went further down to this area of structure. So, I've been explaining the concept of M and W patterns since I began my technical analysis challenge. I'll do well to explain it every single time I find it on my chart. So I said the W pattern will move in this formation where if it breaks out from the last low created, it will come back for a retest before projecting price to the upside. And the same thing applies to an M pattern formation. It will come back for a retest at this low, then project price in the direction it's supposed to go. So, knowing that this is how this pattern moves, I'll look to trade this projection of price to the upside. Now, I can now zoom in further into price and look for possibly a buy zone or a zone or an area of structure. Looking left to get right. This is an area of current market price, and looking left to it, we can see it's actually an area of structure also. So I'll pick up my ray 2 and place it at this area of structure here. So I can tag this as a buy zone because at every single point in time, there was rejection of price away from it, rejection of price away from it. There was rejection of price away from it, rejection of price, and the same thing is currently happening here. So I'll just tag this as buy zone. So this is a weekly buy zone, and when there's a huge tendency when you say buy zone on a weekly time frame, it will reflect on the daily time frame. So a buy zone within a buy zone. Now I can now tend to go to the daily time frame to look for more confluences, which is the time frame I love to gather most of my confluences. Looking at the daily time frame, we can see the same pattern on the daily time frame that we found on the weekly time frame. So my ray 2 here, and it aligns perfectly with the buy zone. Now I can pick up my box 2 and place it at this area of structure here, right here. Then drag it into price. Brilliant. So we can see a buy zone within a buy zone, and at every point in time, the market reacted every time we got to this zone, reacted and moved to the upside. So we have some sort of double pattern for me, double bottom pattern here. So we expect price to move higher. Now, we've got two confluences. Let's tend to look for more confluences. So I can actually add up my RSI to this chart, and we see it at a sell zone or an oversold region to be precise. So when price gets to oversold region, we actually know what happens. It has to move back to the overbought region. So there is a huge tendency that price will move to the upside because it's at the buy zone and also the oversold region on the daily time frame. Now that's three confluences. So I can look for a trend on this. So we have a trend to the downside, a bearish trend. It has not been broken yet. And also we have a bearish trend within that bearish trend. So we have two trends here, the minor and the major trend. So we have the minor one, which is this one here, and we have the major one, which is this one up above. So we can see it has been moving in series of lower lows and lower highs, and this was the last area of structure that's lower high formed. So what I'll do is I'll pick up my trend line to and drag it right. So I'll be watching for a break of area or structure. So it's only if this structure breaks, I'll look to go long on GBP NZD. I'll look to go long on GBP NZD. So what I expect is this minor trend line, bearish trend will break. Then this major one would also break. Then my target would actually be at this area here, a 90% of the move. So um 90% of the move, so our target as target for 90%. So knowing that I expect price to actually move higher on the daily time frame, this is what I probably expect to happen on GBP NZD. Okay, so this is what I expect on a breakout to the upside, a retest of the structure here, then projection of price further to the upside. Now, these are like a ton of confluence on the daily time frame. So I'll go to the 4 hour time frame to gather more confluences. Now, on the 4 hour time frame, let's see if we have some sort of divergence. Yes, we do have a divergence here, a bearish divergence, which is adding us adding up our confluences to go long on GBP NZD. We can see it moved to the upside, but sorry, price moved lower and back to this area of structure to form a double bottom. But looking at current market price, you can see there is some sort of W pattern here, and price is still trading below, or price is still below the net line and also the last low created here, and it has not broken any of these lows yet. So my sentiment on GBP NZD is still to go long, like very strong to go long. So taking my RSI of the chart, I'm going to the 1 hour time frame, the last time frame I do love to check. We can see there is a W pattern formation here. W pattern here, which price is below the neckline, also still trading below the neckline. And also, if we look closely, we have um a buy zone here, also a buy zone. So there is a tendency that possibly when price hits this buy zone, it reverses start moving to the upside. So my sentiment on GBP, I can just take this off and monitor that myself. So on GBP NZD, I look to go long on GBP NZD. So if you do have a sentiment in alignment or against mine, please do drop in the comments down below, and please like and follow. Thank you.